And I want to speak to the power of these times, honor the Capricorn Council that is formed in the heavens that we've had our eyes on for so long, and just, you know, listen to what that asks of us. And for me, I hear the Council of Grandmothers, the elder wisdom, the voice of the earth calling us home to connect to the spirits of the land, to dance again to the beating heart of our mother, to retrieve the wisdom of our ancestors and dream forward a new earth for those to come. So I hope that in this time where we are all isolated as nodes, we connecting through this World Wide Web are actually being trained to remember that we are always connected in this way. And maybe someday again, we won't need fiber optics and satellites to feel one another. Maybe this is training. I love this quote from Alan Watts, but I'll tell you what hermits realize. If you go off into a far, far forest and get very quiet, you'll come to understand that you're connected with everything. This is the dawning of Saturn in Aquarius. Is this what it's about? I mean, certainly social distance has a pretty strong Saturn in Aquarius connotation to it. Also, you know, working from home, maybe. Is this the dawning of the age of Aquarius? I mean, many are saying this about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction coming up in the sign of Aquarius, December solstice this year of 2020, to begin a new element, the trigon of air with their great conjunctions. Is this the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Well, what are the rules? I mean, if you remember, the song says when the moon is in the seventh house, and oh, hold on. This is the Aries ingress chart for Beijing. Let's just go a little bit east of there to Tokyo. There we go. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, right? That criterion seems a little too simple. So what is the turning of the age criteria? What is the astronomical symbol of the dawning of the age of Aquarius? So here's the Aries ingress chart, the chart for the new year, the sunrise of the year. Why? Because this is the time when light overcomes night. Well, that's only true for half of the globe, right? And I like to speak more globally and then act locally. One thing I'll say that amazes me about this Aries ingress chart, this March equinox chart, is that every visible planet was visible. And this is so much part of my practice. Daniel Germario is my first teacher at the Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, and helped awaken me to the mysteries of a connection with the living sky and what we can see. So I often get out there and connect with the sky with my eyes, with space with my face. So 2020, we've been saying cutely, is the time for 2020 vision. And I think astrologers, though we are surprised by the challenging times, you know, we are not surprised that challenge has come. Just didn't exactly know what it would look like, and I think there's something else left to show itself. So is this the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that's making this change that we're feeling now? One conjunction this year, December 21st, bringing us into the air. But that already happened, right? 1981, two conjunctions after December 31st, 1980, in the sign of Libra. So was that the premonition of what would come, or was the 2000 conjunction in Taurus kind of an echo of what had already happened? We know now, however, we're full on into the air conjunctions after this Aquarius conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn on December 21st. Well, this year, of course, we've also been speaking about Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn, three conjunctions, one coming soon to a theater called You. And interestingly, just like Jupiter and Saturn's conjunction in 1981, that's when these two met, also in the sign of Libra. Well, what about Saturn and Pluto, who also were last aligned in the sign of Libra, and that in 1982. And what I'm going to show you today is that that timing is intimately related to the timings of 2020 that I feel are actually most powerful, and that has to do with our luminaries, with the sun and the moon. So when do we begin the year? I mean, astrologers say now, right? Why don't we tune our months to the moon and the sun, our years to the sun and the earth? Why not begin at a station like an equinox or a solstice? This is where I was at December solstice 2019 at Chartres Cathedral in France. And they had this amazing light show that actually started with the 12 signs of the zodiac and then the special star arised and the wise men to follow it to the birth. You know, some say it was a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that was that great star. This was 7 BC, Jupiter and Saturn conjoined, very close to the east point, the Aries point. I'll say more about why I call that the east point soon. And in the constellation of the fishes, and there were 3 of these conjunctions in the sign of Pisces in that year. And just like now, it was at a time of this changing of the trigon, this changing of the element of the great conjunctions, Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions. So are we experiencing a new Star of Bethlehem, a new sun, a new light? Chartres, of course, is full of mysteries. One of these towers, 365 feet tall, that's the Tower of the Sun, and 28 feet shorter, the Tower of the Moon, the year and the month. 3 doors, and many astrologers will be familiar with these beautiful images in the central, which seem to depict the fixed signs, the eagle for Scorpio, the angel for Aquarius, the bull for Taurus, and the lion for Leo. Wait, they don't actually roll according to the astronomical order, do they? But maybe we're seeing images that 2 elements go up and 2 go down. If we take a look to this other door, we'll actually see the entire zodiac, the months, the signs associated with their monthly labors. But the truth is, while all 12 monthly labors are shown, only 10 of the signs are shown, like only 10 of the apostles are shown below on this gateway, which symbolizes Christ's ascension. So Pisces and Gemini are missing. I mean, maybe Pisces is Christ himself and Gemini, these 2 angels. But if we look to the door at the right, we see actually those 2 signs that were missing on the other side. Here by Aristotle is the Pisces fish. To use an image from the internet, because I'm not tall enough to have taken this, you see the fish there with a tie in its mouth, but interestingly, only one fish. And some say this is a symbol for the dawning of an age of non-duality. We shall see. I don't know, because right above we see the image of the twins, Knight Templars. Is that really Gemini, or are we just reaching? Well, I think if we go inside the cathedral, we will also see an interesting thing about the order of fixed signs and our direction being focused on Gemini. So we'll look at some stained glass back there opposite this astrological clock, which I found was 25 days fast. There's stained glass across that also shows the signs and their associated monthly labors. Capricorn here with Christ, who we're told was born under that sign. And so Aquarius at the bottom, and the order you might see is kind of interesting. I'll zoom in here where we find Aries, and then to Gemini, and then Taurus, and it continues according to our zodiac order. So another strange Gemini mystery here. I don't think the builders of this cathedral and the creators of these sculptures in stained glass were not adepts. I think this is a clue that they left for us. And interestingly, here again, we see Gemini depicted by 2 knights.